But yeah, you're on now, so you can take it away when you're ready. Talk about whatever you want.
There you go, man. Fuck, I don't know. Dude, it was wild tonight seeing fucking...
What was wild about it?
It's pretty typical. But how many dudes go out as opposed to women?
Like together?
Well, just in general, like it's gonna sound weird, almost as if it was on camera or something to that effect. But like the amount of like the male to female ratio was at least like 70-30, and I don't know what that is.
Like 70 being the guys or the girls?
Yeah, no guys, dudes.
Okay, I think that's pretty normal, is it not?
And it might be, but why is that so? Like it's dudes
I don't know,
love.
because guys are more thirsty. And,
You're not wrong about that.
You know,
that's for sure. I spent all night being a wingman, my guy.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Pretty well, I like to think. Pretty well.
Well, he didn't go home with anybody, so...
No. She, to be fair, it was for good reason, though. She was properly wasted, and he didn't feel comfortable taking her home.
So you wingmanned
to get home
a properly
alone.
wasted person
to get him home alone.
Oh, okay. Well played.
So whatever you take from that is good man, bad man. I don't know. Wingman.
Wingman. We'll leave it there. Wingman.
I did my job.
Did you though? I'll find the definition of wingman. I'll stick it here. We'll see if the comment section agrees.
We'll have to slap it up on the dashboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like she was into
this
it.
Off, sorry.
Yeah, no, take your time. She's fucking. She was into it, but problem was me and him went downtown solo, so it's just me and two dudes,
right.
Which is kind of a hard thing to just approach a group and then just insert yourself in, right?
So what's easier? Was it a single guy going or like multiple guys going?
I think a single guy has more ins in the sense of, hey, I'm new to town, whatever your bullshit is. You know what I mean? And
wait, you're at like the bar and you're like, hey, I'm new to town. What the fuck? Is this like a saloon? What is...
Not in the sense of just approaching someone and those are your words. But in the sense of like, hey, I've never been downtown before. Can I just hang out with you guys? I've never done this thing before.
Okay.
And believe it or not, it worked. Because me and him were drinking downtown, and he's from out of town, so he's never seen the ones we're seeing or whatever. And I've barely seen it myself. I'm not much of a drinker.
Okay.
And we were just hanging out drinking, and this whole group approached us of girls and just.
The whole group of girls approached you.
Yes. Do you guys want to come to Wild Child with us? We have one extra ticket, but one of you guys are gonna have to buy a ticket.
Okay.
So, fuck it. Of course we're down. Sure,
okay.
Let's go. So we go to Wild Child.
Right.
And fucking we're hanging out there. And then I go out for a smoke, and it was problematic because they didn't let me back in for an hour and a half.
Okay.
I was a bit upset about that, but that's a different.
Sounds like you gotta quit smoking, man.
I don't even smoke. I'm just a social smoker.
No, don't give me that bullshit. Come on.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. I smoke when I'm with people, which does not make me a social smoker, but it does make me a smoker when I'm with people.
Bro, I literally fucking sat here as you went out for a smoke on your own. That is not a social smoker.
You're my driver. That makes me social.
But I wasn't with you. I was sitting in the car.
You were with me in spirit.
Okay.
In spirit, you were there. I promise.
All right. That's the type of attitude is like, it's 12 o'clock somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
I'm with you there. It's 4:20 somewhere in the world, right?
This guy gets it. Yeah, somebody gets it. No, but, I don't know. He got her number. She went home with her friends because, safe and sorry. Listen, better play it safe and sorry, right?
Right.
I get it. We're two random dudes that she just met at a bar. Why would you chance that?
I guess.
Because if you think about it from a woman's perspective, right? You're one solo person as an individual that just approached a group of people you do not know, you've never met before, and your idea is like, should I go home with this guy? It's a dicey.
Like you said, she wanted it.
As far as I could read, yes, but her friends pulled her away.
Okay, so it wasn't you that said, about it. It was
No. I let people make their own choices, man. I'm not here to interfere in people's lives.
I thought you were the wingman. Isn't your whole purpose to interfere to some extent?
To some extent.
That's gotta be part of the definition. It's like interference.
Yes, but to a point, right? To a point, and that's the key definition. Like, I would never abrogate someone's consent. If they say, like, if they have any interest in not wanting to, I'm not gonna push it. It's not my It's not my place to.
They have any interest in not wanting to? Okay.
Yeah. So it's just it's a reading the room. You know what I mean? But it's a difficult thing to do when you're drunk.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'm very good at, which is why I basically just play neutral. It's
the neutral read of the room ring. You approach the group claiming that you're new to town.
I did not approach anyone. Okay. They approached us.
All right.
And that was my in, because it's not a lie. He's new to town. He's come to.
So what if they didn't approach you? Like, would you have an in like on your own?
No, I don't think so.
But you don't go out much anyway, right? So.
No, and to be fair, I'm more of a stoner.
All right.
I'm just burning and hanging out on my own. He is the one, as you can. He's the partier.
He's the partier.
And I was just there to help it along as best as I could. Okay. But I had a great time.
All right.
Everybody's about having a good time, man. And that's what gets me. Like, as long as everybody's having a good time, fucking rock your own shit.
Solid.
I'm not there to interfere.
Solid. No one puked, right? So
no.
That's good, too.
And that's the big thing, right? Make sure nobody fucking goes overboard. Make sure nobody... Man, it's COVID, right? We spent 2 years in lockdown. It's time for everybody to just kind of have a good time and let loose. Regardless of how it ends up.
Tell Justin Trudeau that, dude.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
That election was wild, man.
Was it wild? Wild how?
Calls an election in the middle of a fucking pandemic and just expects...
What did he expect?
It would have had to have been some form of majority.
I don't think so.
Or some... No?
I don't think
See,
so.
what gets me about that is, like, I would buy into that perspective. But what gets me is, if you think about it from the liberal perspective, right? You got that cabinet, you set that shit up, and you're going, how does this benefit me?
I know how it benefits it.
But well, monetarily, yes, that's how
it is.
How does that?
Like, he automatically extends himself another 4 years, right?
But it's not automatic, right? What if the people went to the PCs? We don't know that. Manitoba and Jason Kenney, like, they were dragging a hard ride.
But, like, he wasn't thinking he's gonna lose his minority government, right?
No, what I thought, he thought, so you projecting my thoughts onto JT over there, right. Mr. fucking slick hair.
Right.
I assumed he thought that he would get an easy majority because, you know, it's historically, if you look at it, national crises, whatever they are, fucking war, pandemic, famine, take your pick.
Right.
They tend to lock majority governments.
Right.
And that makes it, in theory, easy to pass whatever legislation.
So yeah, if you're him, you're thinking either I get, like, more power, or the power I have is set in stone for at least another 4 years. So no matter how much I fucked up the last 1 year or whatever, this will give me a ride out to like however long.
A booster shot almost. If we're using the modern lingo.
Yeah, we can't say that on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah. You get censored for that one. But it's just wild because, like, how can you think that? Like, if you look at all the criticism...
We just went through the logic. What do you mean?
Well, because if you think of all the criticism that flew at the Liberal government, just by virtue of them being
the fuck cares? You think in a year from now he's going to sit down and think about the criticism he got for throwing it? No, he's going to be Prime Minister. It's like,
no,
all right.
You're 100% right. So, but in terms of calling the election, right? Like, I can't believe... Like, I work at Ford for disclosure? I don't know what you'd call that.
Okay.
But... every single person there I talked to, every single person, without fail, like not a single person was supportive of Trudeau.
That's
and like that makes sense because it's industry. It's blue collar work. It's less involved in politics, shall we say?
There you go. See, like,
but
I didn't see any support for this guy anywhere, but I'm sure someone voted for him. So
well, and it must have been right. And that's the wild thing is like me myself, I was mixed on him. Like, sure, I tend to lean left, but at the same time, he did one of the promises that he fucking made.
Which was what?
Fucking legalized pot, but anybody with a fucking...
Don't say legalized pot. He did not legalize pot.
Yeah, exactly. His party barely passed that shit through, and it was a what do you call that? Like coalition effort.
Yes.
Like,
but,
it's...
you know, what we have in Canada right now, I would not call legalized pot.
No, it's decriminalized, if that.
Yeah, if that. So, yeah, I'll take that one promise away. No.
But barely, right? And that's my point, is that it's like maybe a 0.75.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for Doug Ford's $1 a beer. Just so...
Nobody's fucking satisfied our fucking request. Like, is this representative democracy, or is this just fucking representative whatever the fuck they want?
There's clearly no representation here.
No.
Nobody's representing that, you know, we should not get out of this shit till March 2022. But they're doing
Am I right? Right?
Or
like,
maybe it's those people who voted for that guy.
Fuck, man. And even if they voted for it, like...
Because again, it is surprising when you're running through these people. Like, oh, there's a whole group of weirdos that exist somewhere.
And these people are en masse voting for this shit. You're like, what the fuck? I just want to smack myself.
It's just 15 more days, man.
Oh, Christ almighty, man. It's wild. Like, I'm getting my master's right now, so I'm studying this shit for Like, I'm getting paid to study this shit, and it's...
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah! This is fucking absolutely terrible, man.
Yeah, I actually just recently had someone on the channel who's like, I'm in poli-sci, like 3rd or 4th year.
And they just want to cry.
Yeah, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah, does anybody got a gun I can shoot myself with?
Think about this when you were getting in, like,
oh, fucking hell.
I'm gonna study all the douchebags. Like,
I'm lucky enough that I wrote the LSAT, and like law school's an option. You know what I mean? So I could just do that in corporate law, bullshit it out, make my money, and live my life.
Maybe you should just do that, man.
That's the plan, but it's so fucking like, goddamn, do I feel cynical doing that shit? Like I'm just like, I'm just gonna get my money. What you're about to do
is gonna be better. Like
no, that's the problem.
So
man.
At least go cash out, man. What are you doing?
And that's the scales, right? Is like
there's no scale. One is like fully negative. The other one is like, all right.
Do I want to legitimately try and help people?
You're not helping anyone. Who are you helping?
Well, here's the thing. So since I'm at Ford, I want to go work for the union, the union law.
And you think that's gonna help people?
Maybe like I don't know, 1 out of 10. Like, is that a scale you can put to that?
All right.
Trust me, dude, I've worked in industry for like 9 years now. I understand the factories and how bullshit all of their complaints are. Oh, fuck, I can't wear my goddamn soles on the steel toes for this job. Oh my god, I can't wear a rubber... Fucking shut the fuck up. Do you know why your fucking ancestors carried rifles to the picket lines? Because they were getting killed.
Jesus Christ.
Like, there's a difference between fucking murder by a company and I can't wear the proper soles that I want to wear.
Right.
My insoles are... My god, dude, do you know how bad my feet hurt after a shift? That's something Ford should have to pay for.
Okay.
No,
you can take that up with Ford when you get the...
That would be most normal people's response, but apparently we've been conditioned to think, no, they own everything. Listen, I'm coming across wild card right now. I'm as liberal as they come. I will fucking say that for the camera, full front. Okay. I'm as left-wing as they come.
Alright, so let me attack you from the right.
Please.
You can fucking go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ford isn't making you stand there.
Well, here's the problem, is I agree with you.
Some people's feet don't hurt, so...
Here's the problem, I agree with you. I am as left-wing as they come, and if, let's, like, hypotheticals, right? Let's just say there's a job where, throwing random percentages again, let's say there's a 35% chance you could fuck up and potentially catch a serious injury. That's what the union's for, to make sure you don't die when you're doing something that is just supposed to pay your bills.
How would you guys save the guy from dying?
You wouldn't. You'd change the job so he doesn't have a chance of dying. But even you could argue that that's... Well, is that their prerogative?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, would the union move at Apple be to set up nets where people are jumping off the building so they land on the nets and don't die? Because that happens. You know about that, right?
And that's the thing. To me, in that regard, that's taking it way too far. They can get fucked.
Wait, so would you prefer they remove the nets and let those people fall to their deaths?
No, I think they should just not do such a stupid fucking activity. You're there to work for fucking Apple. You're not there to jump into nets. Like, to me, it's like... Dude, we're taking unions too far in both directions, whether right or left. It's like, in that regard, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And that's fucking Apple. Why are they posting that shit? You're there to work as, whether it be coding, whether it be...
I don't think the coders are jumping off.
No, but whether it be like development or actual engineering development, you know what I mean? You're there to do that fucking job. You're not there to jump off a net. This is not the Divergent movie series.
Right.
Like, you're not there to prove yourself for a specific class and show that that's your value to society.
I don't think they jump into the nets to prove themselves, man. I think.
Well, then what do they do? Why did they jump in?
Like, they're trying to die.
Then what's the point of the net?
To prevent them from dying.
But then they're not doing a very good job of trying to die, are they?
Well, I guess not. I don't know. Like,
that's what gets me about it. Is like, don't do bullshit games like that. If it's that bad, fucking strike. That is what your union is for. That's literally the purpose of a union.
Okay.
If your job is so bad that you don't want to survive doing it, then you strike and you ask for better terms. If it works, they give you better terms. If it doesn't,
who's gonna take care of the shit that you're supposed to be doing while you're striking?
Nobody. That's the point of a strike.
But like,
it's to show the company that, hey, it's not so easy for other people to do this job. Okay. That's the entire point of it. Well, so if Apple can find scabs, because that's what they're called, scabs will come in and do the job that they're supposed to do.
Okay.
If they can find them, then fuck it, Apple has no problem. That's the free market. That's how the free market works.
Yeah, so again, like...
I'm not against you here. I'm with you.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of jobs that have unions that do go on strike, and there's a lot of people willing to fill in those jobs without going on strike.
Absolutely.
And so why are we against this idea?
It's not for or against, I think. It's just whether the company does it or does not do it.
Again, if you're unhappy with your working day...
Go fucking work somewhere else.
Yeah, again, like there were teachers, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was here. It was like a strike somewhere else. I was.
Yeah.
Teachers were on strike. First month of the school, September, right? And they were just out on the streets with pickets, and the kids didn't go to school.
Kids aren't learning shit.
Okay, but like there are teachers who are trained and willing to work, but they don't have jobs. They could easily
fill in. For these fucking terms, right.
So what is?
What are you doing?
How does this help?
Exactly. Like, so there's kids right now. Like, to continue with your example,
right?
There's kids that are, let's just say hypothetical, they're at home for a month, not learning jack shit.
Right.
Not learning jack shit. These are kids that are supposed to be, let's just say 4th grade, right?
Right.
I don't know, fucking, what did you learn first? Bedmiss? Brackets? Whatever that bullshit is?
Sure.
These kids are not learning that shit. Instead, they're staying at home playing, whatever.
Aren't you supposed to make the pro-union case here? Like...
No, because I'm a rational human being. I believe whatever is fucking rational should be done. Unions are there to make sure people have safe. I don't even know what the fucking rest is. I would say safe because
is that the only one? Because I'm pretty sure the teachers were pretty fucking safe.
I don't know.
So what was their uniform?
And that's the thing. I'm not trying to argue that they were right in that case.
Okay.
I'm just trying to argue that unions in general should be for safety, such that you don't fucking die when you go on the job. Because I'm coming from industry, right? You got to remember that when I go into work, I could die every day.
Right.
It's not likely. It's fucking not likely. I won't even pretend that it's fucking even close to being dangerous work.
Right.
But there is guys in my job that have a solid 5 to 10% chance of dying every day. My uncle...
No, that's not true.
Do you work in industry?
That's ridiculous. What are you talking about,
My uncle died by a hydraulic press.
Okay, you're saying he has a 10% chance of dying every day. That means if you go to work for 10 days, which is two business weeks, you will die.
No, that means you have
That's literally what it means.
No, that means you have a 10% chance of each of those days.
Yes, so if you run that 10 times, you're bound to probably die one of those days.
The key word is probably. It's all stats. It's not necessarily
Exactly.
true. Listen, I'm telling you, I went to my uncle's funeral. I buried the motherfucker.
I'm not saying he didn't die.
Press.
I'm just saying 10% is, like, not possible.
And I'm telling you, I work in it and you don't.
Okay, alright, fair enough, man.
Listen, I'm just saying, man, you gotta see the machines we work in. Have you ever stepped into an industry factory?
Probably.
Have you ever been in... No, probably is not a yes or no.
Not that I can remember right now off the top of my head. Alright, sure.
I'm just saying, you gotta understand the machines we work with, man. It's not silly shit, right? It's
right.
There's a reason we get paid better than minimum wage.
Right.
But that being said, I do agree with you. Unions they need to be curtailed a little bit because it's about maintaining safety, not about maintaining the perfect job, the idyllic world, the fucking perfect market, whatever bullshit political entrepot you want to take into it, right?
Right.
It's about maintaining safety, and like you say, I agree. It's gone quite a bit too far. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with.
So, should we like scale them back, or what should we do with unions, in your opinion?
I don't think there's a one-step-all solution. You'd have to look at each industry and kind of curtail it as per kind of discipline requires. Like, so if we're looking at industry, for example, like say automotive industry, it's a tough one, right? Because let me give you an example. So the union does a lot of stupid shit, and then it does a lot of good shit. So, for one example of the stupid shit that it does, I probably shouldn't give places. I used to work in a factory. It was we're what's called a Tier 3 factory. We supply the big three with their shit, so we would make the seats for this.
Right.
And when we worked there was a guy who was dealing drugs in the parking lot. Now, I'm a smoker myself. I smoke pot. I've done coke. I've done fucking acid. I've done everything, right? I have no problems with it. Dealing it on work property is an issue, right?
Yeah.
As per the contract you've signed as a worker. Like, it's not me who decides that, you who decides that. It's if you sign your name to this.
Well, I don't know if the contract says do not deal drugs in the parking lot. That might be.
Believe me, there was a 67-page contract we had to sign.
Of which it says don't deal drugs in the parking lot.
I can either confirm nor deny, but I'm assuming it does because they wanted to press charges on this guy.
Okay.
So what ended up happening is we had this dude who was selling drugs in the parking lot of our workplace.
Right.
Now, he ended up saying that it was an addiction that he had. This selling drugs is an addiction.
Okay.
As you know, obviously.
Obviously.
Because of that, they could not fire him.
Mental health issue.
A1, buddy. You got it.
Well played, dude.
Well, yeah, fuck it. I can't really be right down here.
You gotta take pointers from that for when you go to law school.
That's it. I can't slant the guy. He's doing what's best for him, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, in terms of unions, fucking ship that guy out. He's doing an illegal crime. Like I said, I'm in favor as they come.
Okay, but here's my question: did his selling of drugs in the parking lot affect his performance at work?
Not in the slightest. But he signed a contract saying he wouldn't do it, according to the company.
Okay.
According to the company. Now, like I said, I'm in favor. I think he should be able to sell drugs all he wants on company property because, one, it's a legal product. Who the fuck cares?
You're starting to sound like a libertarian, man, but I don't know.
I think I am libertarian, I hope
you are.
People can fuck with whatever they want as long as it doesn't fuck with my right to do what I want as protected by the Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
There you go, man.
1967, man. Pierre Elliott got it.
All right, man.
Thank you very much
care.
for the ride, man.
Good
Have
night.
a good night, eh? It was a pleasure driving.
Take care. Yeah, no problem. See ya.
Have a good one, man.
Good night.